Hello folks, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today you join me for a little bit of a different video as we take a break from a little project Starlet and do a bit of work to my beloved daily driver, my Mark 8 Ford Fiesta. Now you might be wondering, what work are you going to be doing to your Fiesta? Well, as it's my daily driver, I was driving it last week and I came into a head-on collision with a curb at a train station. Yeah, this has a lovely front splitter on it, but I completely destroyed it last week. There was a curb on top of a curb and I drove straight into it. I was in the rush for a train and yeah, the front splitter is no more. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, this is a pretty modern car, so surely you can just go out and buy a new splitter for it, but that's not the case. They actually don't make the splitter for this car anymore. Maxton Design don't do one, and this was a little shop on eBay that sold it, but now they're no longer. So I'm going to have to try and repair this one. Obviously I have a massive gap between the two bits of splitter there, but luckily I managed to keep the piece that cracked off and it fits up pretty well, so we should be able to repair it. So first things first, let's get the car spun around and get what's left of the splitter off of the car. Now I'm pretty sure this front splitter is held on with self-tapping screws, and it's not as if the car's low, so we should be able to get them from here. Yes, it is. Right, it's just screws. That's good. So I whipped off the last couple of screws for this corner piece, and then I could move over to the driver's side of the splitter and remove that. That was held on with a couple more screws as there was more of a splitter there, but it was just the same thing, just screws. And there we have it, that is the splitter removed, and this front bumper looks absolutely horrible without a splitter. It looks like it's got like an underbite or something. It looks so weird, especially because I've had that splitter on there for so long. That is really odd without it. I can't wait to get this repaired and back on then. That looks so weird, man. But anyway, we'll get the car out and get the splitter joined back together first. Right, so I have the three pieces of the splitter up onto the stand now, and as you can see, it's going to fit up about... Well, that'll be another bit yet broken now. Right, forget that last part happened, but here's a broken part of the splitter, and I can't really get it with just the one hand, but it's going to fit up pretty much bang on again. So we're going to be repairing this with fiberglass sheeting like we've done with the Starlet and like I've done with a few other jobs before. But I actually don't have enough room for the full splitter to get repaired on the stand, so I'm going to move it down onto the floor and do it there. So we're going to work on this part first and join these back together, but we need to scuff this underneath edge so that this sheeting has something to grip to. So I can scuff down the underneath edge of each part of the splitter that was broken. I'm just doing this with an 8 grit just so it's nice and coarse so that resin and the sheeting has something to grip to. Right, and that is the split pieces all sanded down on that back edge, and you can see what I was meaning. It joins up pretty much perfectly, it just needs a bit of support from underneath. So I've done the piece here, and then I've actually scuffed this end as well, and we're going to try and get them all done at the same time. That would be good if I can just get the whole thing joined back together all at once. So I've just went ahead there and flipped the splitter around to the part you see, and I've taped the cracks back together. So we've got the big split here, and we have the other big split here as well. So this should all be joined together so that when I flip it round, it doesn't all fall apart when I stick the fiberglass on. So now that that's done, I'll flip it over and then we can get some fiberglass sheet cut out. So I can now cut out some fiberglass sheeting, and I'm not going for any specific shape, I'm just going for something that's going to work. I can then go over to the bench and mix up some resin now. So this is mixed with the resin and some hardener, and then you mix it all together. And now I can actually start putting it onto the splitter. So I'm putting it down onto the bare plastic first, just so the sheeting has something to stick down onto, so it's not moving about like crazy. And then I can stick the sheeting down and then just absolutely cover it in that resin. there we have it, that is the fiberglass laid down onto the splitter, so it should be joined all back together once this dries. Hopefully it's strong enough. It has been in the past. So there's a wee split up here, there's a couple of splits here, that's why I've done that big strip, and then obviously there was a split here as well. So yeah, we're looking a lot better. So now I just need to leave this on the floor in the same position and just leave it to dry. And it's now the next day after fiberglassing the splitter, and it's all solid. It looks to be okay, it all seems to be holding up. So that means we can take that tape off and start repairing the part that you actually see on the splitter. But yeah, that should be it. Hopefully all solid on the underneath, and yeah, hopefully that's it. Hopefully that's it. I removed that masking tape, and now I can start sanding down the top edge of the splitter. I'm sanding it down with P180 grit. This is just aggressive enough to scuff it all down, but not too much that we're going to be taking the edges away from the splitter. Once I'd completed the initial sanding, I could mix up some fibre fill. This stuff is absolutely brilliant and it's really strong. I could put this as a first fill on the top edge just to make sure it was extra strong. As you can see, this stuff's not pretty at all, but it's going to give it some structure. After that, I can move on to putting some normal filler on it, and then I can sand that all down as well. Now that I've sanded that filler down, I can be as careful as possible with sanding down the rest of the splitter. I'm using 320 and 500 grit for this, because I'm going to be priming the full splitter anyway, but I don't want to be giving it too many coats, so if I can save it some places, I'm going to do it. And there we have it, that is the splitter repaired and sanded down. I've also set it up as well. I had these hooks up in the mezzanine sort of bit for when I painted a spoiler a little while back, and it's managed to fit up here for at least priming it anyway. I don't know if I'll paint it in this position, but it'll be good enough for priming it, so I'm pretty chuffed with this. I'm going to give it a clean off and stuff, and then we'll get some primer on it. But yeah, it's all back together anyway. It's obviously never going to be perfect again, but it's joined back together, it's all one piece. That is the primer mixed up and into the gun, so let's get it onto the splitter. So I gave the splitter 2 more coats, which was 3 in total, which is just perfect for this. And there we have it, that is primer complete on the front splitter. That is looking a million times better. It's all one piece now as well, and the repairs don't look too bad. So to sand this down, I'm going to just wet flatten it. I'd usually 320 and 500 primer, but with this, since it's just a wee piece of plastic, I'm just going to 1500 and 2000 wet and dry it, because the actual finish on the primer isn't too orange peely, because I mixed it up quite thin, so we'll just wet flatten this. And that's what I went ahead and done. So I grabbed a 1500 grit first and went over the whole splitter with that. Now usually, as I said before, you'd be going over this with 320 and then 500 as well, but we're missing that out today, so just straight over with 1500 and then the 2000. Right, and that is the primer sanded on the splitter, and it's set back up again. I'm just going to do it here, and obviously the top edges are quite close to that ceiling there, but if you move it around, you can get to that back end. So I'm just going to have to muck about with it while I'm basing it up and lacquering it. But it'll be able to get done, and it's a bit easier to set it up from here rather than on the stand or anywhere else really. Now from standard, the front splitter came in gloss black, and it stayed gloss black right up until the time that I smashed it off the curb. But obviously, since we've repaired it, I now have an opportunity to paint the splitter again. And you would have seen that I've primed the whole splitter grey, so we could be going for a colour change. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be colour coding the front splitter to the colour of my Fiesta, and in the tin there we have some Desert Island Blue, which is the colour of the car. Now in the past, I've actually painted the city eyebrows that sit over the headlights on the car. They came in gloss black, and I painted them to Desert Island Blue as well, and I think it looks much better. So I'm going to try the same with the front splitter. We're going to paint it blue, see what it looks like, and if it doesn't look great, then I can always paint it gloss black again. But I thought while I'm repairing it, I might as well try out the blue on it and see what it looks like. So let's give it a try. Let's get this mixed up. So for the base coat, we are mixing it at a ratio of 2 to 1. It's the same as we always do on the channel, so we can put the colour in first and then add the second part, which is thinners. I can then go ahead and mix that all together and get it into the gun so that we can paint the splitter. Unfortunately though, I am a bit of an idiot and I forgot to press record for doing the base coat on the splitter. So what you see me do here is still putting some colour onto the splitter, but we're just not putting it on as heavy as a full coat. We're doing a drop coat here because there's a lot of metallics in this colour, so we don't want it to be sitting all blotchy and uneven, so I can put a nice light coat over it so it all sits flat for when we go to lacquer it. And now that that base coat is complete, I can now get on with the first coat of lacquer. So with this one, we're not going too heavy, we're not looking for the ultimate finish, we're just looking for something nice so that the second coat of lacquer, where we do get the finish, has something to grip to. For the second coat, I do have it in time-lapse mode, but we're going much heavier with this one and we're going for that glossy finish. And there we have it, that is the front splitter painted and lacquered and it looks absolutely unreal, man. That Desert Island Blue is such a nice colour and the lacquer looks brilliant as well, it's so shiny. So all that's left to do now is leave that to dry and then we can fit it back onto the car. And that's the spoiler off of those hooks and back on the stand. It's all dry, so let's pull the car in and get it fitted on. So I got to work fitting the splitter back onto the front end of the car and I couldn't wait to get it on to see what it would look like. Obviously you are getting a better view than me because I'm right up close to it, but I'm fitting it the exact same way that we took it off, the same screws as well, so it's just, I think maybe 6 screws underneath it and that's all that mounts it on. And there we have the front splitter colour coded and fitted back onto the car and I think I like that. I'm not 100% sure just yet. Obviously it'll take a while to get used to it because it used to be gloss black before, but I think that is pretty good. And I don't think it helps with the car being absolutely minging as well, but there's no point washing it because it's terrible weather out there anyway. But I think that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So yes, there we have it, a full repair done on the splitter, managed to make those 3 pieces back into one, super chuffed with that, and then also changed the colour of it, colour coded it to the car, making it have a completely different look to what it had before, so it matches the eyebrows now on the car. Obviously, you're used to me working on older cars, so this is something a bit different. And it would have usually have been a video on the Starlet, but I've just not had the time to get any more work done on that car just yet, because it's all big jobs that are left to do on it. So here we go. Managed to smash the splitter on the car, so it gave me a video to film. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, so please make sure you like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching my videos and you're not subscribed. See you guys in the next one, bye.